Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into a filing from Battalion Oil Corporation, and trust me, it involves votes, amendments, and a whole lot of corporate housekeeping. It may sound boring, but stick around because some of these decisions could affect the company's direction and how it operates. It's the kind of stuff that flies under the radar but can have real consequences. Before we dive in, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below where you can chat all things corporate with like-minded people. This is a Form 8K filing. It's basically a company's way of saying, hey, something important happened and we need to tell the Securities and Exchange Commission and therefore you, the investors. This particular filing is dated June 12, 2025. At the heart of this filing is an updated version of Battalion Oil's corporate charter. This document, called the 9th Amended and Restated Certificate of Incorporation, or ANR Charter for short, outlines the basic rules and structure of the company. Think of it as the company's constitution. This ANR Charter was approved at the company's annual meeting, which is just a fancy name for when stockholders, the people who own the company's stock, get together and vote on important matters. So what exactly is in this new charter? First, there's something called the Officer Exculpation Amendment. In simple terms, this part is about protecting the company's officers like the CEO and CFO from being held personally liable for certain mistakes. Recent changes in Delaware law where Battalion Oil is incorporated now allow companies to do this. So it's like a safety net for the people running the show. However, they do still have liability for some actions if they didn't act in good faith or profited from the action. Another amendment included is the Corporate Opportunity Amendment. The idea behind this is pretty complicated. Basically, it has to do with who gets to take advantage of business opportunities that come along. Usually, if a director or major stockholder finds an opportunity that could benefit the company, they're supposed to offer it to the company first. This amendment says that the company's stockholders, directors, and their affiliates, such as other companies they control, don't always have to offer those opportunities to Battalion Oil first. Instead, they can pursue those independently. This is a pretty important shift since it changes incentives from pursuing opportunities that benefit the company's shareholders to ones that benefit the shareholder or directors themselves. There are also some general updates to the charter. These are things like removing old terms that don't apply, incorporating previous changes, and clarifying existing rules. Basically, it's like cleaning up the language to make the charter more modern. It also includes some previously approved changes for the company's Series A1 redeemable convertible preferred stock. Now, let's get to the actual voting results from the annual meeting. This is where we see how the stockholders voted on these proposals. First up, the election of directors. Stockholders voted to elect 6 people to the board of directors. These people will oversee the company's management and make important decisions. All 6 nominees were elected, so no surprises here. Jonathan Barrett received 13,519,781 votes for and 386,902 withheld votes. Next, there was a vote on executive compensation, the amount of money, and the terms on which officers are paid. Specifically, a non-binding advisory vote to approve the compensation of the company's named executive officers, meaning the top bosses. Stockholders approved the compensation with 13,400. Give them an idea of what stockholders think about executive pay. There was a related vote on how often to hold this type of vote to approve executive compensation. Here, stockholders got to choose whether they wanted to vote every 1 year, every 2 years, or every 3 years. The majority, 8,765,177, voted for every 3 years, so that's the frequency the company will use going forward until it holds another one of these votes. Now, let's get back to the changes in the corporate charter. The plan to include the Officer Exculpation Amendment met with approval, getting 13,276,140 votes for and 628,848 votes against. Next up was the vote on the Corporate Opportunity Amendment, and it also passed with support from stockholders, with 13,125,828 votes for and 566,600 votes against. However, this proposal also required a separate vote by disinterested stockholders, meaning those who don't have a conflict of interest. In this vote, only a minority of disinterested stockholder voted in favor of the change, signaling that some of the conflicts are to be expected. Another proposal called the Preferred Stock Voting Amendment was meant to change the rules for preferred stock, another type of stock with special rights. But here it was rejected because it didn't get the needed support from the disinterested stockholders, meaning those without conflicts of interest. Finally, the vote on the more general cleanup items, the charter updates, was approved, getting 13,747 498 votes for and 2,180 votes against. So what does all this mean for Battalion Oil KZN? Well, on one hand, the company has updated its corporate charter to, as they say, modernize it. They now have more protection as officers, and shareholders and directors don't have to always offer the company opportunities. They were not, however, able to push through an amendment on the voting of preferred stock. From an investment perspective, it is worth asking why the company wanted the original proposal and why it failed to pass with disinterested shareholders. The other changes, such as officer protection, might shield them from liability, but also might encourage bad behaviour by the officers if they act in their own interest rather than that of regular shareholders. Alright, that's our look into the Battalion Oil's latest filing. What do you think about these changes and the direction the company is heading? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe for more takes on corporate filings. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.